it difficult to let yourself out like this?
See, that's the whole point. Everybody has dark side. I felt good about it.
Theories concerning famous people's personal lives have grown in popularity among Hollywood followers. However, there are instances when these speculations become harmful rumors. Spectacular Mary Tyler Moore was a prime example of this. There was talk that she was having an affair with her co-star Dick Van Dyke while they were both appearing on the popular TV show, The Dick Van Dyke Show. Mary Tyler Moore, it turns out, confirmed this long-held rumor just before she passed away. However, was the romance confirmed by her? On the other hand, does the tale go on? Here we dissect Mary's new claims, clarify her connection to Dick Van Dyke, and identify the truth from the fiction in this video. How about we begin? Mary Tyler Moore came into this world in Brooklyn, New York, on December 29, 1936. Her family was devout Catholic, and she spent her formative years in the Queens district of Flushing. A vibrant and inquisitive youngster Mary was. She had an early and abiding fascination with show business. Her early fascination in the entertainment industry was greatly influenced by her uncle, who was employed by the prominent Hollywood firm MCA. His anecdotes and insights into the entertainment industry would give her a taste of what it was like to work in the industry. It was crucial for Mary to have this early exposure to the entertainment industry, since it fueled her ambition to become a renowned actress. Mary and her family uprooted from New York City and settled in Los Angeles, California, when she was just 8 years old. While Mary's relocation was certainly an upheaval, it also presented her with a plethora of exciting new options. Many opportunities presented themselves to those in Los Angeles who aspired to careers in acting and performing because the city served as the epicenter of the entertainment industry. Mary attended Los Angeles's Immaculate Heart High School, where she honed her acting skills. Taking acting courses helped her hone her craft, and she was a major player in school productions and plays. Mary was well prepared for a career in show industry because to these high school experiences. Mary, in contrast to many famous people, landed her first acting role at a young age. In the 1950s, she landed her first work in a series of TV ads for the Hot Point brand, playing the role of a cheerful elf named Happy. Ads like these ran during the wildly successful 1970s sitcom Ozzie and Harriet. Mary sold Hot Point equipment, including stoves and refrigerators, as an upbeat and smiling persona in these ads. Although it was a bit part, Mary's career got off to a strong start. She gained confidence in front of the camera and gained exposure to the entertainment world through the ads. More acting roles came Mary Tyler Moore's way when she appeared in commercials. The Dick Van Dyke Show, a new television series, cast her in a pivotal role in 1961. Carl Reiner, a gifted individual in his own right, served as both writer and director for this program. The sitcom shot to fame after debuting on CBS, a major television network. Mary was cast as Rob Petrie's wife, Laura, whose character was portrayed by Dick Van Dyke. In contrast to the typical TV spouses of her day, Laura was an intelligent, humorous, and fashionable lady. Even though Carl Reiner had second thoughts about casting Mary, he was thoroughly impressed by her audition. He went on to say that he knew Mary would be great as Laura Petrie the moment he laid eyes on her. Much to everyone's delight, the Dick Van Dyke Show took off. Both critics and spectators were raving about it. From 1961-1966, the show was broadcast for 5 seasons. Mary Tyler Moore's breakout role as Laura Petrie catapulted her to fame during this period. Fans adored her character because she was unique among 1960s TV wives, smart, humorous, and a little bit unconventional. The portrayal of strong, independent, and accomplished women like Mary in the program had a significant impact on changing the way women were represented on television. The Dick Van Dyke Show featured Mary's performance, which garnered several accolades. Her 1964 Emmy for playing Laura Petrie was her first. Mary saw this as a major accomplishment and an indication that her career was heading in the correct path. The Dick Van Dyke Show was a magical period in Mary's life, she remarked in an interview from 1997. She said it was a pleasure to come to work each day since everyone on the cast got along famously. That Mary was so thrilled to be a part of the performance and enjoyed her time there is evident here. Mary Tyler Moore persisted in advancing her profession following the cancellation of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Her new television series, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, premiered in 1970. Since it was unlike anything else on television at the time, this show caused quite a stir. Mary Richards, a news producer in Minneapolis, was the protagonist of the show. It was not a guy who could bring Mary Richards happiness. She was a powerful, self-reliant lady. This was a groundbreaking concept for a television show back then, and it was what set the Mary Tyler Moore Show apart. From 1970 until 1977, the show's 7 seasons aired, and viewers loved it. Mary Richards was a popular TV character because she exemplified the independent spirit of today's successful women. Mary Tyler Moore also enjoyed great success as a host of her own show, The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Her performance on the show garnered her several accolades, including 3 further Emmys. Not only was the show humorous, but it also addressed serious issues, such as the rights of women in the workplace and the realities of modern life. For many women on their own paths, Mary's story served as an inspiration. Many people still hold good memories of the program, which became an iconic part of popular culture. Mary Tyler Moore was an actress who worked in both television and film. Her 1967 film Thoroughly Modern Millie is among her most renowned works. Mary portrayed the lead character Millie Dilmount, a young lady seeking love and adventure in 1920s New York City. Critics lauded Mary's performance, and the film was a smashing success. The 1980 release of Ordinary People was another landmark film in her career. A family's mental and physical hardships are the subject of this dramatic film. Mary, known for her comedic roles on television, played a mother in this part. A terrific performance in Ordinary People garnered her a Best Actress nomination at the Academy Awards. Exciting chances and accomplishments abound throughout Mary Tyler Moore's early life and career. She broke new ground for women on television and was more than just an actor. Mary Tyler Moore, like many Hollywood stars before and after her, led a full and fascinating life. Her marriages were a significant aspect of her private life. Each of Mary's 3 primary marriages had a profound effect on her. This woman's first husband was Richard Carlton Meeker. On January 2, 1955, at the tender age of 18, Mary was married to him. Mary was a rising star in the entertainment profession when she and Richard were married, while Richard was a successful businessman. Mary and Richard were childhood sweethearts who fell in love and decided to tie the knot so they could have a family. Their son, Richard Jr., also known as Richie, was born to them on July 3, 1956, and it appeared like they were having a nice relationship. Mary faced a significant obstacle when she became a mother while launching her career in the entertainment industry. Mary juggled her career with her desire to be an excellent mother to Richie. She frequently emphasized the significance of her early years as a wife and mother. She mentioned in an interview that she and Richard tied the knot for the simple reasons of wanting to stay with each other and start a family. Their marriage, according to Mary, was full of love, although she did acknowledge that, being young and still finding their life out, there were times when it was difficult. Their marriage did not endure, unfortunately, Mary and Richard. They chose to divorce in 1961 after being married for 6 years. This was a trying year for Mary, but it was also the year she broke into the entertainment industry. A new television series named The Dick Van Dyke Show has cast her. Despite the breakup of her marriage, Mary was able to put her emphasis squarely on her kid and her budding profession. Grant Tinker was the husband of Mary's second marriage. July 26, 1962, was the date of their wedding. Grant Tinker was a major player in the entertainment business and a television executive. Grant was a diligent worker in the television industry, and Mary was already on the rise thanks to her role on The Dick Van Dyke Show when they were married. Marriage to Grant, who was instrumental in Mary's professional success, was a watershed moment in her life. Through it all, Mary's career had Grant Tinker's full backing. He had a key role in Mary's decision to start MTM Enterprises, her own production firm. In addition to the Mary Tyler Moore Show, this production business was highly successful and was responsible for a number of other hit television series. Mary and Grant's joint success in founding MTM Enterprises was indicative of their ability to work together productively. Mary had a profound impact on Grant Tinker, who reportedly remarked that their bond was unparalleled. They were in a partnership where they supported one another's development and success, he said. However, Mary and Grant's marriage started to have issues, even though they were both successful professionally. The high pressures of Mary and Grant's jobs were a major contributor to the strain on their marriage. Mary and Grant were both quite busy with their own careers in the early years of their marriage. Not only was Mary thriving on the Dick Van Dyke Show, but she was also branching out into other projects and roles. Grant had a rigorous career as a television executive while everything was going on. He oversaw the creation of new material and was in charge of managing existing television series. Because of their respective hectic schedules, Mary and Grant seldom saw one another. Not only that, but the strain of juggling their jobs and the demands of running their business was another factor that strained their marriage. MTM Enterprises was a huge hit, and its TV series had a significant impact on viewers' lives. Launched in 1970, the Mary Tyler Moore Show quickly became one of MTM Enterprises' most recognizable television programs. Although the show's popularity was a huge accomplishment for Mary and Grant, it also caused a great deal of worry for them. The production firm Mary and Grant managed took a lot of their time and energy, and they frequently had to work together to solve issues and make choices. Mary and Grant took on more duties and obligations as the Mary Tyler Moore Show became popular. As the show's popularity grew, Mary found herself swamped with requests for appearances, interviews, and promotional events. Grant put in a lot of time overseeing the company's business side as well. Their marriage was already under stress from trying to juggle all of these duties. They were both under continual pressure to maintain the show's popularity and oversee the company's expansion. The challenges that Mary and Grant encountered were compounded by their inherent differences. Despite their solid collaboration, they handled stress and their personal lives differently. Mary had a reputation for being an introvert who treasured her alone time. She found solace in solitude, reading, and the pursuit of new ideas. While Grant was more interested in their private life, he was a regular at social and business functions. Since they weren't always clear on what they needed from one another, their divergent priorities in life widened the chasm between them. The decision to divorce was made by Mary Tyler Moore and Grant Tinker in 1981. After years of fighting to keep their personal and professional lives in balance, they finally made this decision. Their marriage had begun well, but it was now obvious that they couldn't keep it together. They couldn't have conquered the enormous obstacles they encountered as a pair, since they had developed in separate ways. Separating was a tough but essential decision for them to take, so that they could each live their lives to the fullest. Their marriage may have ended, but Mary and Grant maintained a strong friendship and mutually valued one another's professional achievements. Mary subsequently talked fondly of their marriage, recalling the many happy years they had together and how well they worked as a team. It was after Mary Tyler Moore's divorce from Grant Tinker that she gave herself permission to reflect on her life and work. She kept acting both on and off screen and was always beloved and appreciated. An individual who would later play a pivotal role in Mary's life was someone she met in 1982. The cardiologist in question was Dr. Robert Levine. Mary first laid eyes on Dr. Levine while her mom was a patient at his practice. They went on a date, and their bond intensified rapidly. A mutually supportive and caring friendship existed between Mary and Dr. Levine. They tied the knot on November 23, 1983, a little over 1 year subsequent to their initial encounter. Mary and Dr. Levine were 15 years apart in age, yet it appeared that neither of them cared. Mary frequently gushed about her blissful marriage and the love and attention she received from Dr. Levine. She gushed about how he was her knight in shining armor and how much he meant to her. Mary experienced a period of security and joy after her marriage to Joseph. Mary and Dr. Levine had a quiet, happy life together, out of the limelight. Mary frequently gushed about how Dr. Levine had a positive impact on her well-being. She described her delightful boyfriend, Dr. Levine, and how he brought laughter and joy into her life in her biography. Their bond gave Mary strength and solace, and she obviously treasured their moments spent together. After a long marriage, Mary and Dr. Levine had a close friendship right up until 2017. Throughout Mary's life, Dr. Levine was there for her, offering emotional and practical assistance at crucial times. Dr. Levine talked eloquently and lovingly about Mary after her passing, describing her as an exceptional human being who improved the world. He went on to say that Mary had a quiet side where she loved to read, think deeply, and be alone. Even though it was a significant aspect of Mary's character, the public seldom saw this side of her. People were interested in Mary for more than just her professional life. Rumor has it that Mary had an affair with Dick Van Dyke when they were married. Has Mary given her word on these rumors? Shall we begin? Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore were one of the most adored television couples of all time because of the extraordinary bond they had. The allegations of an affair and their connection may be better understood by examining their time working and supporting each other on television, as well as their reactions to the rumors. In 1961, Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore initially crossed paths. Mary was just starting out in the acting world, while Dick Van Dyke had already achieved stardom on television. A highly successful television show hosted by Dick Van Dyke was The Dick Van Dyke Show. The program has been airing since 1961, and Dick was its main attraction. Mary portrayed Rob Petrie's supporting wife Laura, while he portrayed Rob Petrie, a television writer. Being cast in the role was a huge deal for Mary, and it marked the start of a fruitful collaboration. A lot of people were excited about the new combo when Mary initially joined The Dick Van Dyke Show. The chemistry between Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke was electric. Their on-screen chemistry as a married pair was delightful and humorous, and audiences adored it. Mary portrayed the role of Laura, a bright, supportive, and occasionally hilarious character, while Dick played Rob, a dedicated worker and family man. One of the most renowned couples in television history, their performances were brimming with love and comedy. They had a great friendship off film, which helped their on-screen partnership succeed. Immediately, Mary and Dick hit it off. They were complementary to one another and took pleasure in being in each other's company. Along with the many hours spent together on set, their bond as friends deepened as the show progressed. They had a great time on set, laughed a lot, and were there for each other. They got along so well on the program, and it showed in their performances. Mary and Dick expressed their enjoyment of working together in interviews. They gushed about how fortunate they were to be together and how much fun it was on set. Mary had exceptional chemistry with Dick Van Dyke, who had stated that he believed she was ideal for the character of Laura Petrie. He complimented Mary on her kindness and talent, and said she was a pleasure to work with. Dick was a fantastic co-star and friend, according to Mary, who spoke highly of him. There were whispers that Mary and Dick were having an affair, even though they were very good friends. However, do these rumors contain any truth? People were interested in learning more about them as individuals after seeing their on-screen romance, which is essentially why these rumors started in the first place. Fans have wondered if the on-screen romance between the two is genuine, and if they are dating outside of the program. Many wondered if Mary and Dick were more than friends after hearing the claims, which sparked debate among fans and media outlets. They were both aware of the allegations, but Mary was particularly forthright in denying any love involvement between Dick and herself. Making sure everyone knew their connection was only platonic was important to them, and they were fully dedicated to their roles as friends and performers. Mary and Dick confronted the rumors directly in their interviews. Despite their wonderful connection and mutual enjoyment of working together, they clarified they were not romantically involved. The problem was explained by Dick Van Dyke, who addressed the rumors in an interview with the Archive of American Television in 2011. People were under the impression that Mary and he were having an affair, he said, but he set the record straight. He was upfront about his crush for Mary, but he also said that they never did anything to further their emotions. Respect and adoration were the cornerstones of their friendship, according to Dick, and they were completely forthright with each other about how they felt at all times. He went on to say that the energy between them on the program was due to their close friendship and collaborative work rather than any romantic feelings. The rumors were also discussed by Mary Tyler Moore in interviews. It was her intention to clarify that she and Dick were only friendly acquaintances and that they had no affair. She wanted to put a stop to the conjecture while still expressing her admiration for Dick and joy in working with him. Mary, who was notoriously secretive, wished to keep the speculations about her romances and career out of the public eye. Neither Mary's relationship nor Dick's professional success were permanently damaged by the reports of an affair between the two. Mary and Dick looked back on their time as co-stars with fondness, so they kept working together. They maintained a close connection throughout their careers in show business, and it paid off. Mary and Dick kept up their mutual support after the 1966 finale of The Dick Van Dyke Show, and would sometimes get back together for special occasions and projects. Among Mary and Dick's most memorable reunions, which took place in 2012 to commemorate the half-century anniversary of The Dick Van Dyke Show, was their appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show. Looking back on their time working together and celebrating the show's success, they made the most of their reunion, which was a memorable event for them both. The warmth and genuineness of their conversation and interactions during the interview revealed their deep fondness for one another. Their strong affection for one another and the longevity of their friendship were evident. Following their time on The Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary and Dick collaborated on several projects. To honor their friendship and labor, they took part in tributes and made special appearances on television. They maintained a close relationship and clearly loved working together, as seen by their collaborations. Both of their personal and professional lives were positively impacted by their continuous friendship and collaboration. Still, there remained some lingering smoke after they dealt with the rumors. The rumored affair between Mary and Dick caused friction in the cast of The Dick Van Dyke Show, particularly with Rose Marie. Having worked in show business for many years, Rose Marie was a seasoned performer. She had established herself as a successful figure in the entertainment industry from the time she was a young girl. A personal friend and co-worker of Dick Van Dyke's, Rob Petrie, Rose Marie portrayed a character on the program who was sharp-tongued and humorous. Rose Marie contributed significantly to the show's success thanks to her charisma and talent. The romance rumors around Mary and Dick caused friction in Rose Marie's life. Many performers and actresses have come and gone over Rose Marie's lengthy career in the industry. Aside from her musical prowess, she was famous for her forthright views and no-nonsense demeanor. Rumors around Mary and Dick began to circulate, and Rose Marie couldn't help but notice that attention was diverting from the rest of the ensemble to these two individuals. All the cast members, including herself, felt shortchanged by the spotlight on Mary and Dick, which irritated her. And that's not all. Rose Marie's personal experiences also had a role in shaping her thoughts toward the rumors. She had put in a lot of time and effort over the years to become successful in the entertainment industry. She felt the rumors detracted from the show's success since they highlighted how hard everyone was working to make it a reality. The rumors exacerbated Rose Marie's established tendency toward mild jealousy over Mary and Dick's public acclaim. The focus on Mary and Dick, in her opinion, was detracting from the roles played by the rest of the ensemble, including herself. The show's plot and Rose Marie's sentiments towards Mary Tyler Moore were discussed in her book. She spoke clean about their icy relationship and the envy and animosity that existed between them. Although Mary has great skill, Rose Marie felt that a deep personal bond did not exist between the two. Due to their distant relationship, Rose Marie was more likely to have emotions of isolation and animosity towards Mary As a result of the speculation and scrutiny from the media, Mary Tyler Moore made an effort to manage the issue well, knowing that there were difficulties with Rose Marie. While trying to keep her composure, she was aware that the program as a whole was suffering due to the rumors and the scrutiny from the media. Mary wished to maintain her emphasis on her career and relationships with her co-stars. Thus, she was notoriously discreet about her private life. Despite their underlying animosity, she tried to treat Rose Marie with kindness and respect. Mary and Rose Marie had a working connection after the program concluded in 1966. Their paths periodically overlapped as they both achieved great success in the entertainment sector. They persisted in their professions and made unique contributions to the business despite the tensions that existed throughout the performance. Among many who paid respect to Mary Tyler Moore after her tragic death on January 25, 2017, was Dick Van Dyke. Dick made an impassioned address in which he expressed his deepest feelings for Mary and his admiration for her. Mary, he continued, was unique and had made the world a better place with her passing. The profound relationship they had enjoyed over their lives and professions was reflected in this homage. What do you make of Mary and Dick's claims that they were being truthful about their affair? Leave a comment telling us what you think. Thank you for watching this video. Please show your appreciation by subscribing, and sharing the video if you did. Additionally, please select the video that will play next. Much obliged for your time.